Maybe the problem is not that life got harder. Maybe the problem is that you have been trained to accept less. Less clarity in love, less peace around money, less depth in work, less truth in your boundaries, less stillness in your mind. That is how the leak works. It does not always destroy your life in one dramatic collapse. Sometimes it lowers your standards slowly until dysfunction starts feeling normal. In love, ambiguity lowers your standards. A warm message, then distance, a little hope, then confusion again. And because the body is attached to the bond, it starts calling instability special. That is the oscillator pattern. The Stoic insight: judge by repeated action, not emotional impression. Because impressions are loud, chemistry is loud, possibility is loud, but repeated action tells the truth. In money, scarcity lowers your standards, not just your spending standards, your emotional standards, your judgment standards, your patience, your clarity. When fear gets loud, the nervous system starts treating money like survival oxygen. And that means smaller thinking, faster reactions, and more decisions made from alarm instead of wisdom. The Stoic insight: fear is a bad governor. In work, overload lowers your standards. You start accepting noise as progress, tabs as achievement, meetings as movement, optimization as execution. The performance addict starts worshiping motion because motion feels safer than depth. The Stoic insight: the essential must outrank the urgent. In boundaries, guilt lowers your standards. You say yes when your body means no. You soften truth to stay liked. You call self-erasure maturity. That is the fawn pattern. And over time, you stop expecting honesty, reciprocity, and real respect. You start expecting tension if you tell the truth. The Stoic insight: virtue is alignment with truth, not performance for approval. In overstimulation, constant input lowers your standards too. Now, quiet feels strange, stillness feels empty, depth feels harder to tolerate. The mind never fully lands. That is the dopamine zombie pattern. And the Stoic insight is this: a scattered mind cannot govern a scattered life. So no, these are not separate issues. Love, money, work, approval, and stimulation are all places where modern life can train you to accept less than what keeps you whole. Less truth, less peace, less clarity, less self-command. That is why what feels normal is not always what is good. The Stoics never measured life by what became common. They measured it by what strengthened judgment and character. If ambiguity, scarcity, overload, guilt, and stimulation are all training you to accept less, stop calling it normal. That is a leak. A leak is any repeated pattern that drains your energy, weakens your judgment, and makes you easier to govern by fear, approval, ambiguity, or stimulation. Take the free nervous system audit. Stop guessing. Name the leak beneath the pattern. Raise the standard. Send us your comments to get started.